Alright, I've seen Scream 7, and like many of you, I definitely do not like the movie. Matthew Lillard is fantastic, returning as Stu, but still though, the movie was not good. Regardless, that doesn't mean I'm not excited for another Zach Cherry video of who killed who in Scream 7. Until that video comes out, I'm going to do my own who killed who in Scream 7. And this is just based purely on a memory because I only watched the movie once in the theater, and it'll just be based purely on my feeling of who I think is more likely to commit the crime than the other. We'll dive deep into the opening scene kill. So we have Scott and Madison's kill, Madison's phone call, and the house burning down. So throughout that entire scene, it is possible that maybe there are 3 killers in that scene alone. But since we only see one ghost face, it's possible that it was just probably only one doing the whole thing completely by themselves. So who could this be? I think the fact that, Jessica is Sydney's neighbor, she might want to have an alibi for the night that this event happens. And since Marco is the doctor at the psychiatric ward, maybe he took a shift to at the night of the crime to have an alibi, to relieve any suspicion on both of them. So I think it's possible that Carl, who is the only other remaining ghost face, could have done this whole scene by himself, as instructed by Jessica to burn down the house for some reason. As for Sydney's call, well, all the AI videos and all the phone calls throughout the movie, they're all to Sydney. Jessica did took credit for bringing Stu to life with the help of Marco's AI tools. So I'll just chalk this up as Jessica doing all of the calls. Although I would say the only thing that was a real AI call was the one where the fake Stu says that he's at the bar going to kill Tatum, because I don't understand how you could do AI a filter with video chat calls. And I feel like the other calls, especially the video ones at Sydney's house at the climax, was all pre-recorded. Next up we have the Hannah's kill and that kid who was operating the Hannah's machine kill. So I feel like there were 2 killers, and even when I first saw the movie, I immediately think, yep, there are 2 killers in this scene, because that machine that Hannah was hanging on to, playing as the fairy on the stage, I feel, from my understanding, only, it's not like you press a button and it automatically swings back and forth. I feel like someone had to be operating that machine while the ghost face who was there at the scene killing Hannah, did all the slicing and dicing stuff. So, who was the killer that operated the machine? I feel like that might have been Jessica, since her son, worked at the stage before, so she might have seen the machinery and learned how to use it. And who I think killed Hannah, I think it's possible that might have been Carl who did it, because he had experience of killing girls in the past. That's why he was institutionalized. And yeah, Marco was just doing his shift at his workplace at the time. Next up, we're doing the Sydney's house attack. Now, Carl is definitely the ghost face because he was unmasked after he was killed. So the question we had to ask ourselves is, did he do that whole entire scene completely by himself, or did the other 2 killers was there to assist them? It seems like it's presenting that Carl did all of this by himself, but something tells me that Jessica was already in the attic and then let Carl in the house. So it's just possible. Unless Zach Cherry can prove otherwise. I feel like the ghost face who was in the attic and got out, and then we finally got to Carl, I don't think it was Carl completely by himself. It might have been Carl by himself. Who knows? And remember, I'm not going to be completely right throughout this whole thing. These are all just thoughts and feelings. So I could be completely wrong about a lot of it. I think I'm going to be wrong about maybe 60% of the time. Yeah, we already got to Sydney's second call. That's obviously Jessica. Now we go to Mark's attack. It really could have been either Marco or Jessica, but maybe it could be Jessica, because Marco would have been at the psychiatric hospital. He had to drive all the way to Sydney's house, which would have been faster if Jessica was attacking Mark at the time. Then we have another Sydney's call, like, at the TV station. This is Jessica again, doing the whole bar threat thing. Jessica basically admitted for killing her own son, so I think maybe it's possible that she was at the bar, so it's possible that she might have just revealed that she was the ghost face at the bar. And while that was going down, we have Tatum's chase scene, and obviously since Jessica was at the bar, this is obviously Marco, and that means he chased Tatum, and most likely was the one who killed Tatum's boyfriend Ben. And then he must have also been the same Ghostface who did the cafe attack scene, where Tatum shot Ghostface there. And as for all the other AI videos, this is still Jessica. They were all pre-recorded, and now she finally presented them to Sydney's house. And then after that, the rest is history. You know what happened. That's basically who I think killed who in Scream 7. I might be completely wrong or might be right. We'll know for sure once Zach Cherry, remakes his Who Killed Who video. Like and subscribe for more YouTube Poop content and all my other videos I make on this channel. Other than that, have a nice day.